Good afternoon, welcome to another match of Dota 2. This is the semi-finals for the Lostworld tournament organized by M5 in combination with Dota2.ru. So we have semi-finals. We have got Empire, who is on the dire team for this match, took out Asian in the quarterfinals, and on the Radiant side we have Kai P, who just took out Team Kharkiv, the new team of Artstyle, in a best out of 3 as well in the quarterfinals, and we are going to see which one of these two teams is going to be taking it up in the grand finals, which is going to be a best out of 5 tomorrow at 4 CEST time. And like I said, this is game 1 of a best out of 3, and the first pick is on the Radiant side. First pick is listed as random normally, and then the second game there will be the opponent team that has the first pick, obviously. So that is the state of the game. That is the state of the game indeed. And I have to say, I'm impressed by KP in the previous game that they had. We watched some of it from Versuda's stream, who was casting that match, where they kept their head cool, and they made sure that the advantage that Kharkiv had, which was actually in gold-wise 14k gold very early on, they made sure that they kept on going, and they kept their head cool and able to take the game late game. Pretty impressive. Let's see though, we've just seen Empire convincingly, in the second game, convincingly beat Asian, while in the first game they had some troubles in early game to take on Asian, as Asian now has the advantage. So I'm quite curious to see how these teams are going to go up against each other. Of course, on paper it is Empire that is going to be the fan favorite, I would believe. But KP, I mean, new kid on the block, they have been proving themselves, and let's see if they can do it again. I mean, best out of 3, every opportunity for them to do so. We have a Lycan ban out, as well as a Naga Siren, as well as a Invoker, which is a hero we don't see ban out that often anymore. Same goes for Templar Assassin, even though I have to say, Templar Assassin was picked up quite a lot of times. So I have to, yeah, she has been picked up a lot, so ban worthy, I would say. You just don't want to fight that, that's fair enough. And of course we saw Scandal in the last game that we saw from Empire. We saw Scandal playing that TA, and you really don't want to see that one, because Scandal is a dangerous player as it is, and if you then give him a hero such as Templar Assassin that can get such momentum in a game, can be so terrifying at the stage of the game where she is like level 7, level 8 to level 10. You just don't want to give him that hero. So that's why they ban him out. Same goes for Queen of Pain. And of course they have first pick, so they have the luxury of banning out those heroes that they just rather not face. And that is why we see the heroes banned out as we see Empire banning out those heroes that they don't want to have as a first pick for KP. But then again, if they now let go through the Darkseer as well as a Rubik, for example, then they will still have a chance of picking up at least one of the two. So I'm quite curious to see which one of those heroes they're going to ban out. It is still a Darkseer, it's just that risk that they don't want to take, and it is a Morphling that is a first pickup for KP. So we're going to see Morphling in this game. Anti-Mage still in the pool. And I have to just point out, I think that Godlike in both games that we saw earlier today from Empire, Godlike banned out that Anti-Mage. Let's see if they want to pick him up this game, or if they think they can take Morphling on regardless, because they have done that before. And yes, this is once again, this is a best out of 3, and this is game number 1 for the people in the chat. Even though I don't really have to say that, because there's a lot of people in the chat that already know that, and that they can help the other people. So I will just focus on the game instead. Will there be a Rubik? We have not seen Rubik on the side of Empire just yet, I believe. At least not today. That's what I mean. Or will there be something else? I mean, they have favored the Leshrac, which is still in the pool, as well as the Tidehunter. So we might see that one as well. But there's so many options right now still that, I mean, Nature's Prophet's still in the pool as well. I mean, normally if it was like 2 months ago, you would say Nature's Prophet would be the hero that they pick up, but it is going to be Rubik. There is so much choice between those heroes that we have seen banned out first so many times, and it's going to be a Sand King pickup by KP. I don't want to give that to Empire, and the Nature's Prophet as well. And I say Sand King, not want to give it away to Empire, but it's of course a good hero on itself as well. But the reason I say that is because Sand King and Leshrac is of course one of those combinations that you just rather not face. One thing that I have to note, oh, Oh, we're gonna see a tiny ban, I guess. Chaos Knight is the first ban already by KP. They just don't want to face that one with the Wisp. We saw in the first game of Empire versus the Realization today a tiny Wisp combination, but they banned that out, so we won't see that one. Maybe a Bounty Hunter, maybe something else that we can see combined with that Wisp. Maybe even an Ursa. I mean, if you want to go really crazy. You never know. It's a Broodmother ban out by Empire, and I have to say that they have banned that hero out every single game as well, even though the first 2 games that we saw of them today, they had it as a first ban. But they still ban it out later in this stage of the game. Well, I was gonna say, like, the thing with a Leshrac and a Rubik is that you don't really know where they're gonna be. You don't really know if they're going to be support, if they're going to be solo, but if you see this lineup now, you think, okay, Rubik and Leshrac, probably maybe even both go solo, because so far both games that we have seen of sorry, I keep looking back at that. Both of those games, they have had a Chen in the jungle, and Chen was again not banned out at all, so they might still want to pick that one up and just have a Leshrac solo lane. We saw Leshrac played by Scandal today, Rubik solo lane perhaps, or Rubik on a tri lane, or, well, if you have a jungle here you can't really do a tri lane, but Rubik on a dual lane. Could be a possibility with maybe, Wisp is going to be on that dual lane then. Yeah, we'll see that, we'll see. Like I said, every possibility. The only thing we do know is that Wisp is a support, because I don't think he can really be alone all that well. He is such a squishy hero early on with 0 armor and not that much HP. He's like squishiest and squishier. But it's KP that has the first pick after this ban phase. Let's see if they want to pick up a jungle hero. They already have Nature's Prophet, but that is a solo lane as well if they want to go for that. Sand King could be a dual lane with a Morphling. Could be a potentially solo lane as well. We saw that earlier today, played by Crate Asia, who actually did a pretty good job at it, even though his levels didn't go up that fast, which is something that you might want to hope for if you're alone on the lane. But I do think he's going to be played as a semi-support here. Do they want to have something in the jungle? Oh, they go for a Storm Spirit. Oh dear. They go for a Storm Spirit. We'll probably be heading on to the mid lane. I have to say, I am not sure what I think about that, but I can understand the logic behind it, perhaps. If I mean, I have said in all the previous games as well, as I will say in this game, Morphling is one of those heroes that you want to have continuously farming. And combining with that Morphling, which is what we normally see, is, and there's indeed the Chen by Empire, is a hero that at level 6, wow, at level 6, he will start doing a lot. Like we've seen the Templar Assassin combined with that, we've seen a Brewmaster combined with that, and oh, that was actually Brewmaster, wasn't today. But those kind of heroes are the heroes that you kind of want. But Storm Spirit at level 6 is the same thing. He is at level 6. He'll start jumping around, like literally, and trying to take kills, and he is pretty good first to Wisp as well. But let's see. I'm really curious to see what Empire is going to do with their Wisp, because they still have the opportunity to go for Ursa if they really want to. But then Ursa on the lane is actually pretty decent. What did Bounty Hunter Wisp? I already said that combination. There's so many combinations possible. You just need a hero with a lot of burst damage. You can kill someone in 10 seconds. Last pick coming up from KP first though. I mean, they have Storm Spirit solo, Nature's Prophet. I mean, in theory, they could still go for a jungle hero. Like, oh, they go for the Bounty Hunter themselves. Oh, how are they going to lane it? Okay, that means that maybe Nature's Prophet is going to be in the jungle. With dual lane, Sand King, Morphling, Storm Spirit solo, and Bounty Hunter solo. And I mean, either they pick him because they were already aiming to, but Bounty Hunter Storm Spirit is actually a pretty good combination. I mean, I said earlier that as soon as level 6 is coming, then Storm Spirit is going to be jumping out. Same thing goes for the Bounty Hunter. As soon as he's level 6, he's going to have his track, and all the kills that you get then are worth so much. So much gold, that is. But Empire, what are they want to go for that Wisp? Is it going to be an Ursa? I mean, it can't be Bounty Hunter anymore, obviously. So we're going to be surprised, or at least I think I'm going to be. I have to say, which hero still has that much burst damage that you can have with a Wisp if you're not Ursa? And I mean, if you go for a Wisp Ursa, then it's quite obvious that you might want to go for level 1 Roshan. And it's going to be a Ricky! I'm not quite sure if that's good for burst damage. It can be if he gets the items up, but at least you can leave Ricky there by himself and he will be fine. I mean, you can just go invisible anyway. And I do think I like the pickup, even though, yeah, I mean, you have a Ricky, but you already have a bounty hunter on the opponent's side, so the track is already there, so Ricky is already visible again then with the track. I am not quite sure what I think about this. Empire is really counting on outplaying their opponent, because in regards to picks, I am not sure what to think. Of course, if Rubik managed to steal a track, that is a big steal. That is a large amount of money if they get those kills. And we saw Scandal owning with his Lashrak earlier on today, so there is still plenty of hope for Empire. I mean, they have proved it before. They are a solid team, and they have got a lot of solid players. And of course, Scandal is the name that you see pop up every time again, as in the one to watch. The one to watch out for if you're on the opponent team. And we see that people are slightly AFK on the side of Empire, but that is okay. That is just fine. As we saw, well, we didn't see, but you heard because I said it in one of the previous games where there was a remake. We had to wait slightly before the remake was done, because apparently Empire goes AFK when their team captain is drafting. The rest goes slightly AFK because they don't need to be with the draft anyway. It's Godlike that is doing the draft, and apparently maybe Funny is helping out. And yeah, the rest seems just AFK. Apparently the draft was faster than they expected. So let's see who's playing what. We see a lot of different names here, or at least two. We have Sand King. This is actually Asuna. He's got Asian letters. Asuna is his real name. Dota Zero, who's actually passed, which you might know from Ubels, is playing the Bounty Hunter. We see Pylite Die. He's going to be playing the Nature's Prophet, and Koikva is going to be on the Storm Spirit. And I have to say, I'm sorry I didn't look that guy up yet, but since we have time anyway, I might as well do this to see who is this. We see that it is a stand-in, so we kind of don't know who it is. Okay, well, stand-in, that is fine. It's going to be called Morphling from now on. And yes, you can TP somewhere with Ricky in your tail and your Tether if you're a Wisp, and you can then whoa! I see something that I wasn't expecting, but then I mean, you can leave Ricky there because he's invisible. That's just the train of thought I was saying. But I thought that we were gonna see. What is Lashrak doing? Oh, he's bowing. I thought we were gonna see Lashrak Scandal, but no, it's gonna be a Scandal Ricky. It's gonna be a Scandal Ricky, so that is gonna be the case. Oh, that means that with this combination with Ricky, you even have to be more careful. Let's just see who's playing what. We see Fun playing the Wisp once again. Goblike is gonna be on the Chen. Blow Your Brain is gonna be playing the Rubik. Silent on the Lashrak, and Scandal is gonna be playing the Ricky for Empire in this game on the Dire side. And we are ready, or at least both are ready. Yes, so we can see who is going where. Last couple of games that we saw from Empire, they all teamed up and went to either top or bottom lane. Just to get some kills, which in the second game actually turned out to be getting some kills. But I'm curious to see if they're going to do it again. I'm not sure what KP's method is here. It looks like they are splitting up. We see Sand King going towards the bottom lane, Morphling maybe towards the middle lane, and already we see Bounty Hunter going towards the top lane. He will be solo laning that up. He'll be he is being used as an offlaner a lot lately, so it's quite standard that we see him on that solo lane. Will be getting experience regardless if he's getting last hits or not, which he probably is not, so he's just going to sit invisible on that lane. Storm Spirit, not mid like I was expecting to. He's going to be playing it up with the Sand King on this bottom lane, with Nature's Prophet indeed in the jungle, and it is going to be Morphling who will be in the mid lane by himself. And let's see who is standing where. We have Rubik on the bottom lane, and he has boots. That is not an usual pickup, but if he's going to be soloing it up against the long lane, we might see him having those boots purely to be able to escape the ganks that might be incoming on him. In which case, that is a very good choice. So, yeah, and I see in the chat that the Ricky Wisp combination works fine. I have to say, I have not seen it before, but I will be happy to see it, because I mean, if there's gonna be, I mean, Scandal is just a nice player to watch. So regardless, this combination is gonna be very deadly. no matter which hero he would be playing. Oh, what I thought, what did I hear? But it was Wisp that picked up an invisibility rune. Well, nice for him. He is. You might not say it, but this is an invisible Wisp. I have to say, I don't see that he is invisible. And normally you see like a bit of see-through, but this is an invisible Wisp. This is what he's looks like. He's gonna. Oh, nice block. That is. I have to say, he really doesn't look invisible, does he? I'm quite curious. Oh, hello. Burrow Strike up on Rubik. He should be fine though. If there's gonna be a Storm Spirit who is backing off already again, thought he was gonna go there, but then not. Is there gonna be another Burrow Strike? 3 seconds. Might actually do that. Burrow Strike? No, not enough range, and that's the boots making a difference right there. Is Wisp still invisible? No, he's already visible. I have to say, no difference whatsoever. Oh well, here's the last hits in the night, so you can see those. We have a Leshrac matched up with the Morphling in the middle lane, and we still continuously see there's another Burrow Strike, there's more right clicks. Telekinesis as well, Sandking out of mana right now, being forced back here by the Rubik. Eats a Tango, only have 1 Tango left. And there's another, they just oh, here they come. I was gonna say, there comes Storm Spirit, making sure he gets an overload in there as well. Ricky versus Bounty on this top lane, with Ricky slightly in advantage also because he has the support of a Wisp by his side. But then again, they're both melee heroes, so in theory they should be able to both last hit some, and at least some free last hits for Bounty Hunter, as he has a Shadow Walk to be able to use, as well as of course having those crits to make it even more useful. Nature's Prophet threatening to TP in here, as Rubik is gonna slightly overextend. Perhaps his Nature's Prophet has anything to just net? No Sprout, so he just forces him back. He wasn't even planning on TP, and just, you know, thinking about it. Bounty Hunter able to be on this lane. He's I was gonna say he's visible. There are sentry wards up on the Wisp, so if they want to go for it, then they can. If they see a solid go for that. In the meantime, Leshrac is in a lot of trouble on this bottom lane. Morphling has another Weave Form. If he can find it though, which he might. Where's the Weave Form? There's a Weave Form, and that is the first blood picked up by the Morphling in the mid lane. Morphling versus Leshrac, and Morphling now has Bottle, has an extra self, has an extra clarity. Here comes support. It's too late. Chen forces back, or forced back, or is just going back again. So it is Morphling that picks up the advantage in this middle lane. Last hits were still even, but with that kill, we'll see Leshrac playing it a bit more safe. We see difference in specking here as well. I mean, Lightning Storm being spec. Well, actually difference compared to normal Leshracs. Yes, compared to solo mid Leshracs, no. It is the Lightning that he wants to go to get some secure last hits for him. Donkey got upgraded so that Firelight Die can have his items faster, so that Morphling can have his items faster as well, even though he's already got his items just now. He has bottle charges, so he's just fine. And then with his Weave Form as well, he is able to get some solid room control. Oh, Blow Your Brain is gonna drop here. Storm Spirit picking up the last hit, and Pilot Die here for the experience as well. And that was just finally an end to the exchanges that we saw all around the map. So 2 kills now on the side of KP versus Empire, and you know, that's 2 lanes in their favor. 2 lanes in their favor for sure, with Storm Spirit therefore they're picking up that kill, Storm Spirit being the one to farm, and Morphling getting a kill as well. Those 2 heroes, you don't want to give them that gold. You don't want to give them those last hits. But they do. They do. The only comfort that they have is this Ricky. This Ricky, who is farming pretty solid. He is 16 for 7. I mean, he's not topping the charts or anything, but he is the hope and dreams of Empire, as I say. But not really that, because Rubik and Leshrac can do a lot of damage as well. But he is the one that they want to get those last hits on. And when Wisp is level 6, why do I see every? Look at the health bars of KP. They're all so low. That's the upside of being Oh, Rubik! That was fast. Nature's Prophet TPing in once again. This time Nature's Prophet gets the last hit. I don't think that... Did he even get an assist? Yes, he did. But yeah, that's the upside of dying. You come back with full HP. That's what I wanted to say. Even though for Rubik apparently it didn't make a difference whatsoever. Leshrac picking up the rune. Morphling... and I said, Morphling has good rune control with his Weave Form. But he didn't even try to go for that bottom rune. It's because he doesn't have a ward. Like, no ward whatsoever. He's only gonna try one side, and if he's unlucky, well, then so be it. No room ward, though. Bounty Hunter also got a bottle. He's going back towards the top lane, where he's gonna try to get some more experience. Wisp level 3. As soon as he's level 6, we're gonna have to watch out for him. Weave Form through. some harassment, making sure that he knows which of the Leshreks is a real one. We're going to see bottom lane once again because blow your brain. Well, this time he is fine, backs out in time. There's no boots up just yet in the Sand King. And we see harassment. Look at that Wisp. He is so low in HP, but there's no Shuriken toss, so no extra burst damage. And it is Bounty Hunter that will be left alone without a kill, but still. He has 8 last. He is outnumbered on his lane. It's a long lane bounty. He's doing okay considering he's level 4. Oh, I was gonna say he's doing okay, but right now he's not doing okay at all. Here's the ward. They see him and he goes down. And it is Wisp that picks up the last hit. That is that ward doing his job. That's the ward that Wisp just only just placed after he got harassed there before he got harassed there by the bounty hunter. Quick kill there. Ricky making him level 6. Wisp level 4 still, so nothing happened there. We'll blink in on Leshrek. I do think that we are seeing Sand King rotating there. Nature's Prophet TPing in as well. They don't even need the Sand King. There's the Sprout. Is there gonna be anything else? He doesn't have any mana. Weave Form ensures the kill goes to the Morphling. Tower hitting slightly, but he can still move for strength if he wants to, and he has a bottle that's empty, but he can still fill it somewhere. Sand King gonna try to land. Nah, he can't land another burst strike. I don't know what Rubik is intending to do here. Maybe he's waiting for his teammate to come, which is actually true. Storm Spirit on his way, going there. Oh, actually, yeah, I was gonna say that's the wrong team, the wrong support. I'm not. Why did Rubik continue to stay there though? Waiting for something, but he was. I don't know. He just waited for his death. Storm Spirit picking up another kill. Happy for him, as he can pressure down the tier 2 tower slightly. And this is what I said. This is what I said. Empire does not have the advantage in the early game. It is KP that has it. We saw this before also with VS Asian, and Empire was able to get back from it. But right now they're fighting against the Morphling. Do have a Ricky, but then they have a Trek, so I'm not sure if they can do that. And Leshrek in a lot of trouble once again. Pops his Edict, doing some damage on his Bounty Hunter. And again, they doesn't. Oh, nice dodge. Lightning doing a lot of damage. Here comes Rubik as well. Fade Bolt. This might end badly for the Bounty Hunter, but he has a bubble. He is fine. Morphing in the strength for the Morphling. Weave forming through. Might be able to pick up a kill on this Rubik right here. He pops himself. Stun on Morphling. Morphling in a lot of trouble. Leshrek still alive. Lightning goes through. Still Morphing to strength. Will be enough. We form back, and he doesn't hit anything with that. Otherwise, he might have had a kill. No more bottle charge for him. Fateful still going through, but look at these heroes. They're solo life. No support. No TP support incoming for Empire. No support incoming for KP, and they are both left on so low HP, but nobody goes down. That must be so frustrating. In the meantime, though, tier 1 tower does go down, so that is something that KP gets back from it, from the distraction. In the meantime, on the top lane, they don't get anything in return. Their tower is still, well, half HP, but still standing, that's for sure. Level 5 on the Wisp. That we might see him level. Yeah, he's level 6. Are they gonna go somewhere? Where are they gonna go? Top lane, bottom lane. They're gonna go for the Nature's Prophet. Are they gonna get a stun in? Yes, they are. That is Bylai experiencing the damage that Ricky Wisp can do. Even though it didn't matter who that would have been. Yeah. Didn't matter which hero it was. If it was something else but a Ricky, it would still have died because it was just so much damage from the spirits as well as from the stun and everything. It's just painful. And that was a successful excursion, first excursion from the Wisp. Stay tuned for many more, hopefully for fun anyway. Storm Spirit in the meantime getting some more last hits. Actually rotated to the middle lane, basically because it's not safe enough anymore to farm around here, which we just saw. Because the Wisp is level 6. Of course, having said that, Wisp and Ricky, I mean, they might be able to get to go towards the Storm Spirit, but it will be difficult to actually kill him then. Oh well, oh, Burrow Strike, Scandal, and some trouble. Nature's Prophet Ultimate going through. Sprout is there as well. Do they have a ward? Yes, they do. Burrow Strike, is it going to be there? No, 4 seconds. Shuriken Toss, not enough because it's not spec. And he might still go down there. There's the Wisp, and it is the Sand King that goes down first. Ricky's still alive. Jenier with his creeps helping out. Bounty Hunter being forced back towards invisibility, and they don't have a ward on the their side, so they don't see him. But Ricky's still alive, and that was a gank coming off from the Radiant side, not being successful. It's a fast help from the Wisp, and it's 6 seconds before he can go somewhere again. And he might be going towards the bottom lane because there's a Morphling actually, which might not be the best target. But they're sticking here. They're sticking here, and they don't. Well, they see the Tether. They just don't see it's on Ricky. And Bounty Hunter backing off. As well as the Nature's Prophet doesn't know how fast he can get away from that place. You still know that bounty hunter's still there though. 4 heroes here of Empire. They really want this tower. There's gonna be some support maybe coming in from the Storm Spirit. No, he just rather goes to pushing down the mid lane. There's only 2 here from KP. They're just forcing back the tower, and they will be able to get the tower as well. They can't do anything against it. Storm Spirit in the meantime picking up the kill on the Shrek with the help from the Sand King, who's now level 6. Got level 6 by that kill. Sorry for missing that one. Tower is still standing though. This tower isn't. It's dead. Storm Spirit double damage room helped him killing off the Shrek. Morphling is happily free farming on this bottom lane. He isn't all too sad about everybody of Empire grouping up to maybe do something on the top lane. I mean, you can consider it worth it that they do this. Oh, I like this. Oh, I just that was too far away. That is something I didn't really take into account. I mean, if you have Scandal invisible and you have Wisp, Scandal can just stand somewhere. Let's take someone as an example. Hello, Quickfire. So if Ricky was standing here, of course he wouldn't be able to because the tower would see him. And Wisp came from them. Then you have an instant stun on the Storm Spirit if you send it to him, and you don't see the Ricky, so that is a free stun. I didn't really consider that possibility, but that is indeed a very strong one. Even though, you know, if you have track on, you kind of see Ricky, but you know. Ricky, who picked up an Orb of Venom, so is aiming to go even more aggressive soon, maybe with another relocate from Wisp, which he has up again, but he wants more mana to be able to throw out not only his Tether, but also his spirits after he goes somewhere. And we have some help, Sand King coming in again to help out Leshrac. Leshrac, who's not been having that easy game. He died 3 times so far. He has 46 last hits, which is not bad, but is not really what you want to have as a solo mid Leshrac. It is the Ricky that is stopping the last hit charge though. He is 75 for 24 with the Storm Spirit being as close behind there. Of course, Storm Spirit had almost free farm on that bottom lane earlier for that Rubik that couldn't do anything. That is why we see a Rubik. Oh, here they come indeed. And that is going to be the Morphling. Morphing into strength will be in time. We farming through and he should be fine, especially since the Wisp is going to go away in 7 seconds again. Even though Morphling's still on the run. Nature's Prophet thinking about helping out. Hand of God go through and they're gone again. In the meantime, who was also gone is a Chen who was killed off by the Storm Spirit here. And here comes Ricky once again on his way to the Storm. A Storm can just ball lightning away and we'll be fine. Tier 1 tower. Sorry, I have a bit of a runny nose apparently. Tier 1 tower gonna get pressured here slightly by the Sand King as well as the Bounty Hunter. But there's gonna be support for that as well in the form of Ricky and a Wisp. Wisp was staying very, and there's it again. Dust being popped. They want to go for him, and they will be able to go for him as well. Track is on there, but doesn't matter. Bounty Hunter already dead.
You didn't see that coming.
It is just too much to deal with right now. He is not ready for that just yet. Smoke up on Leshrac, so he wants to go for something too. And I have to say, I mean, if we look at the gold graph, it is 1k still in favor of KP. They are still even on towers, but there's 3 kills ahead. What is that? Okay, apparently there's someone in TeamSpeak that is not supposed to be there. So apparently they have someone intruding, so they just make sure that they won't get interrupted. That is of course one of the more annoying things, I guess. Anyway, it is yeah, I mean, this still looks in favor of KP, but we have reached the state of the game. I mean, KP was very aggressive early on. They were able to dominate their lanes, I have to say it that way, or dominate their lanes, win their lanes, slightly, apart from the top lane. But that top lane is coming back to them right now. It is a Ricky that has a Fusel Blade as good as ready. It is a Wisp that is now level 8, is able to relocate that Ricky everywhere he wants to. And I mean, yeah, Rubik has had a hard time at the start, and it is showing. He is still level 5, we're 13 minutes in. He died 3 times, it doesn't really have anything in regards to the last hits, but then again, he is a solo lane Rubik, and his strength, mostly later on, if he can stay alive, his strength comes from stealing other people's skills, so he doesn't really need the levels himself, if you can count it that way. But you know, you can't really think that way. But if he can stay alive, then he is just as useful. He's more like a utility hero in that case. Leshek, even though he has been having a tough time as well, he's still been getting some last hits. But again, he is more of a utility hero right now, and at some point he will get his farm, especially when the towers start going down, and he will get some last hit of those towers. With that edict, he's just able to do that, which will mean that he will be able to get his bloodstone if he wants to go for something like that, and he will still be as annoying as he would be if he had a good start. So it is really the advantage that KP has had at the start of the game is really starting to vanish right now. That is just, oh, I said it in a lot of words, didn't I? I could have just said that, and then like, yeah, it's clever. Anyway, smoke up for the Sand King, looking to find something on the bottom lane. Rubik wasn't easy to target before that, so he might try to go for it again. Smoke up for the Storm as well. Here comes people from the side though. Here comes the Distract, Ball Lightning in, and that is a Rubik already down. There's a TP in, and Sand King drops, jumping to the Morphling, stun from the side from Silent, and that is the Morphling going down as well, and that is 2 for 1. That's not what they came there for. At least these two are able to back out from there, but you know, that's not really what they wanted to do. It's not really not really all that nice. But yeah, that was again the combination of Ricky and Wisp. Welcome to the game. You cannot walk alone. Yeah, never mind. Star being aggressive again here in the middle lane. We do have the Chen on his way there. Maybe with some of his creeps, gonna let them run first, so they can announce him coming there and maybe able to deny the tower. That's at least what he's going to try to do. The tower is in the deny range though. Storm Spirit probably wants the Ball Lightning in to do something here as we have a... Oh, I like this. Telekinesis there, stun. Follow-up stun doesn't hit from the Centaur. Bounty Hunter on the way out is now out of range of the ward and is going to be safe. Morphling in the meantime, killing off the Ricky, and Wisp not looking all too safe right now either. Goes down to the Morphling once again, and that is 2 kills. That's a double kill for this Morphling right here. Bottom lane having some action on its own. And it is the Ricky that went down. Wasn't Epicenter used for that? No, but there's no more mana left on the Sand King. I don't think we have seen his Epicenter just yet. It's always a very good item, spell versus the Ricky. Even though you can't see him, the damage will still go through. Same thing goes for Weeform if you can about estimate where he's going. Smoke up once again from the KP. Where are they gonna go? They're gonna go counterboard because they counterboarded the counterboard. And everyone, but they can't reach that one. That is a bit sad. In the meantime, Ball Lightning away for Storm Spirit, who is still alive. Oh, Wisp coming in there with a Ricky. Storm Spirit still alive though. And oh, the spirits didn't reach him. That's something with the spirit. They give you a bit of vision, but they just barely missed him. But they missed him still, and they will be fine. As in, Storm Spirit will be fine. Wow, nice juke. Nice juke indeed. I salute thee. And he's going for a sheep stick, knowing that he has to do something against that Ricky every time he sees it. And something that, I mean, you can say, well, he has a vortex, he can disable him that way. But if you jump in on a Ricky, or if Ricky jumps in on you, you'll be smoked, you'll be silenced. But you can still use your items. So a sheep stick then is basically everything you can do until you have the chance to move out of that smoke. In the meantime, from the back, we see Chen getting a lot of trouble, Bounty Hunter being there. And will that be a kill? No, he backs off. He is fine. He is just fine. Goldcraft again in favor of the Radiant with the next tower going down. That one dropping. Nice aggressive ward being placed there. We do see Sand King having that semi-support role. He was the one to place the ward just now. Bounty Hunter looking for easy kills. Looking for kills rather. Ricky being there as well though. And he's invisible. Oh. Now they know that he's there. Track? Nope. Nope. What's going on there? Counterwarding of the counterwards that countered the counterwards. Yes, this is useful. We only have counterwards left. In the meantime, Roshan being attempted here by Empire. I have to say, they have, like, all 3 games that we have, this is the 3rd game that we see of Empire. I have not seen anybody successfully contest Empire for Roshan. Let's see if it's gonna be different for KP, because that's what they're gonna be able to do. But it is the Sand King that gets picked off by the side already, with picking up the kill, and that will make them unable to go for that. So a free Roshan for Empire. Well, I say free, but you know, a Roshan for Empire. free kill and the roshan. Yeah, I don't know. They just get a roshan. There's nothing really they can do against it. But this is exactly what you want to see. I mean, you can't contest the roshan anymore, but you can take tier 1 tower in return. So to do that on the top lane, get some gold on their side, as Morphling already backs out the moment that roshan goes down, and we do see the Nature's Prophet doing the same thing. Storm Spirit has, of course, a bit more leisure with ball lightning that he can get out with very soon. But he backs off again as well. So they get at least something in return, which is basically all you can ask for, to be fair. Gold graphs, rising, experience. This is just so even still. So very even. Morphling, what is he doing? Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. Gonna try TP out. Is it gonna be in time? Yes, he is. No more stun. And that was, again, I mean, that's as a caster, that is very hard to keep track of. I mean, you have to keep track of that Wisp relocate and then know where he's gonna go. Otherwise, you miss it. And if at least we didn't miss a kill. We missed an attempt at a kill, though. It was very close, but all the stuns were already used. Telekinesis was probably already used, and he was able to TP out of there just fine. As for Leshrac, he can't TP out, so he just died. There was probably Burst Strike, Vortex, Bolt Lightning, Nature's Prophet helping out there as well, and that was just a kill for Storm Spirit, who has not died yet a single time in this game. Hello, kill scores. He has not died yet. He's 5 for 0. He is doing good for Storm Spirit, and with that sheep stick that he almost has complete, just 150 gold to go, he will be a bit more dangerous as well to the combination, because, oh, hello, Shen. Be careful now, no man on the Storm Spirit, so you don't have to worry about that, but still, it is not a very safe place to stand. But if this is going to turn into a fight, they will make sure that they get the bottom tower in return, even though it's only Ricky there. Ricky versus Sandkin, though, I do think he can kill him. Ricky level 12, Sandkin level 9, we're going to jump ourselves back to the top lane, but I do think that everybody will be safe there as well. Bounty on the bottle, the invisibility rune, because, you know, he can't go invisible by himself or something like that. And yeah, Ricky able to kill off the Sand King on the bottom lane. Not getting a tower in return for it though, but at least good use of his diffusal blade and just able to get a quick kill there for free. Up a Sand King who thought he was safe under the wing of his tower, but you know, that turned out to be not true. Invisible Bounty Hunter. Yeah. Yes, that is a bit awkward. But anyway. No sentry wards here anymore, and they're not carrying, well, they're carrying dust, Wisp is carrying dust, so that will be something that they will be able to help, or that will be helping out if they do notice that he is there. Track up on there. They will see everybody. Another track on Scandal though, and yeah, we do see the start of the man's style for the Morphling as the first item for him, and I do like that as opposed to the Ethereal Blade that we've seen the previous 2 Morphlings that we saw go for. Burrow Strike, track on there as well. But he doesn't care that he's visible. He's gonna be hurting regardless with that overpower there as well. And the tower will drop here, tier 1 tower. There's still one on the bottom lane, but that's it. Oh, Sand King in a lot of trouble on the extra movement speed. 4-step forward. Sand King still alive for now. Sprout up on Scandal. Stun doesn't hit, but doesn't need to hit because Nature's... Oh, actually the stun killed off the Nature's Prophet. He goes down. Firelight died. And the push continues from Empire. They are done playing nice. They're gonna go for this tower as well. Tier 2 tower. First tier 2 tower that will drop, and it will drop. I mean, Edict there. Overpower there. And what did he steal? He stole the Morph. Lucky. He didn't steal Morph yet before, and of course if you steal Morph, Wisp in the meantime killing off the Storm Spirit. First time that he died. With help of the Ricky, of course, and it is in deny range. But they don't care all that much. In the meantime, middle lane, Burrow Strike, Wisp, Hand of God goes through, Wisp still alive. Being tricked up though, there is a sentry ward, just in case Ricky shows his face again. Stun from Leshrac, hits on the Sand King, who is gonna go down to the Leshrac Lightning as well. Morphling, reforms out, TP's out of there, he doesn't want to be there anymore. Nature's Prophet, who is not in this fight, is gonna go towards the bottom lane to make sure there's some counter push, because they can't do anything against this line. There's 5 Heroes of Empire, look at their HP. They haven't dropped, and even their mana is still so high, they can just continue going for this. They're like, they could even, maybe they could even continue going for this for the throne. And it's looking to be a very convincing. They could even go for this, yeah, they could go for this barracks. Sprout is there, everybody's back up alive again on the side of KP. Will they be able to do anything against this though? I'm not sure. Morphling is not ready yet to fight. Not yet compared to the Ricky. Ricky will get turned into a piglet, gets silenced. Nice stun from Leshrac, hits up on the Sand King. Scandal still alive, turns around, goes for the Sand King, gets the Sand King, goes for the Morphling. Is he gonna get the Morphling as well? It is Rubik that picks up the Morphling, and Wisp still left inside the Sprout, but who cares? He's got a Tether, he was on the Ricky, and he was able to just help him get it overpower, and there goes another barracks. And look at their HP again. What just happened? Well, for KP, really, nothing on their side really happened. They couldn't do anything to stop that, and I have to say, it is Empire's choice to back out here. If they wanted to stay here, they could have. And they could have stayed alive also. But it's their choice to back out, their choice to think, you know what, we're gonna go kill off the tier 2s that are still standing on the other side of the map, like this one, as well as this one. And we're just gonna make sure that we get those two first before we continue going into the push. There's even a tier 1 tower still left standing. Just pointing that out. Leshrac's Bloodstone is completed. Like I said, he's got shut down a bit early on, but he will get it anyway. He'll be tanky and annoying anyway. Chen, we saw his mechanism, has a Gem of Truesight now as well for the bounty hunter there. Ricky, yeah. What is he gonna go for? BKB? Or does he rather want for a more damage heavy item? I have to say, he is free to choose whatever he wants. It's not like he really needs anything right now, because he is doing very well. Rubik building towards the forest staff, almost as complete as well. Oh, oops. Let's just check there. I'm just gonna check, put up this screen. Yeah, that was a tier 1. They're going for the tier 2, and they're gonna do the exact same thing that they just did in the mid lane. They're just gonna go for it and see how long they can continue going. And last time it was pretty long, I have to say. Wisp picking up an Oblivious Salve is gonna go for an Orchid, an item that we don't see that often on the Wisp. But that's because Wisps normally die a bit more often, I would guess. But it's very good if you're gonna continue. Jumping on people, you want to be able to silence them and continue going on them. So it goes for more ganky style. It looks like this is gonna be slightly a base race, with Chen. Chen taking out a tier 2 tower bottom. A tier 3 tower just drops there as well. And there is the TP. Oh, hello! 3 heroes of Empire here. Burst Strike goes through. Wisp will be turning back there again shortly, back to the bottom lane that is. But it's Sand King that's already dead. It is Paladine that's already dead, and Wisp is already gone, and that is 2 heroes down. That is Ricky double kill. Where's the other one? TP out from the Sand King. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, Barracks already went down, because these never left, or at least the Leshrac and the Chen didn't. And those are the 2 heroes that you don't want to have there, because those are so push-heavy heroes. And they just back out with the smoke. They just got a free Barracks and 2 kills to boot on the top lane. Empire looking so strong, and Leshrac thinking, I don't know what to do with my gold. What do I do? I buy a Blink Dagger. Yes. Oh. Again, that sound from the Wisp, it just makes me turn around thinking, what am I hearing? But it was the Wisp picking up a haste rune. But yeah, that was free Barracks, and that is 2 sets of Barracks gone, and I am not sure if this Morphling is going to be done in time with his farm to be able to do anything against it. I mean, he's still dead. He just died, so it's not like he is invisible or he's AFK farming. No, he's in those fights. He is dying with those fights, and it is looking pretty good for Empire right now. That Blink Ricky combination really working out for them. But it's not just that though. I do think that even if it was something else but a Ricky, it would have still worked out just as well. It has just been the control of everything. Control of the game. I mean, they lost a bit early game, but didn't seem to be put down because of it. They waited until their heroes were the right level, and then, like now, they're just starting. Telekinesis, and Morphling already dead. Leshrac picking up the first last hit. Well, not the first last hit, but just the last hit up on my kill. And Leshrac being 4-4-4. And I think that 3 of those kills at least were in the first 5 minutes. Burrow Strike, Epicenter, but backs out before his Epicenter is over because he knows it's too risky to be there. Vortex up on the blow your brain, but it's not gonna be enough, and it's Storm Spirit that drops here. Rubik still drops over to Bounty Hunter, but Bounty Hunter Stankin goes down first. Bounty Hunter backing off again already, and I do think this will be GG. Stun still hits, Lightning gets a kill, double kill, Silent, and they just turn around and think, you know what, we're not gonna go for the Bounty Hunter, we're just gonna go for the tier 3 tower, we're just gonna go for those barracks, because they can. They just can. Nothing will stop them. The push is enormous, the ganks are successful, and Morphling is not being enough to do anything against that. the bounty hunter not working. They get some kills, but the advantage that the bounty hunter gives with those track kills is just not big enough to live up to the Empire. Look at that. They were almost 4k ahead, which is not really that much, and now 14k, and that is a GG call, as I'm just going to show you the experience graph as well. As soon as Empire said, okay, we're done with this phase and we're going to go start pushing, they started pushing, and they started pushing hard. But that is a GG called out here. Empire winning game number 1, because this is the best out of 3. We're going to see KP taking it up against Empire again. Rubik's still going down, by the way, to the Morphling. But we're gonna see these two teams matched up again in the next game, because this is the semi-finals for Lostworld tournament. The winner of this match will take on the grand finals in a best out of 5 tomorrow at 1600. I just still have to say also, tomorrow at 1 CEST time, there will be a best out of 3 for the 3rd place decider, because there is a prize pool for this tournament, and it is a $1,500 prize pool. Number 1 takes 1,000, number 2 takes 400, number 3 takes 100. So we're gonna see which one of these two teams is gonna be in those finals, and we'll see that in the next game. Or otherwise, if KP can force out a game number 3, then we'll see that in game number 3. So stay tuned for more action, for Dota 2 action between Empire and KP. I will be right back with you for those games. So stay tuned.